Hi, my name is Chandni Parekh. I'm a lawyer, and I graduated last year, and I worked under a corporate lawyer for about 10 months, and then I stumbled upon this course and I applied for it. So actually, I got to know about it last year through my placement cell. So they had sent about the UFP fellowship, but that time I was looking for jobs, and after working under a corporate lawyer, I remembered about the entire fellowship. It did interest me, and I applied for it this year. When I looked at the website, and it just felt like something that I wanted to do some. I wanted to figure out. I was not happy where I was working, so I read about the website, all the information on the website, and felt like the space that I wanted to explore. So I applied for it, and I thought I'd learn new things, which I did. Yeah. The practica was very cool, in the sense that we never had such space in law college where we were just sent to a particular site and told explore and come up with something on your own. We are not giving you anything. You just have to discover and learn things about that field on your own, come up with a topic and present it the way you want to. So there was a lot of freedom that you usually don't have, and there was no one going to tell you that how you have to do it. You just had to do it the way you wanted to. So that space I never really imagined that I'll get, but practica was something really cool. They mentioned a lot of laws even during the class, which I wouldn't have. I've not read about because my total concentration was in corporate law. So they have actually through this fellowship, I'm also I'm going to a space that's not corporate, and I actually don't think it's really bad. And yeah, that's something that I learned from this fellowship. So for me to actually cope up with that was also difficult, which not just planning and architecture, which is a complete different field, but even in my field I was learning new things. So the structure is actually there are a lot of subjects. So my only thing is that too many subjects in too little time. So by the time I've evolved my interest in that particular subject, so it gets over. So we've just scratched the surface. But then maybe that's the whole point. They want to ignite our interest in that particular subject and leave it open for us. How do we want to go about it? But then still a few more lectures on that particular subject would be great, especially something like urban regional economic development. I wouldn't even know what the term is. Even towards the end, I was trying to figure out what it actually means. So I just started figuring out it was overbite. One thing about the skill lab, I didn't know GIS existed in this world. Like I would look at, okay, we all see weather reporting on TV, but that's because of GIS. That's Geographic Information System. And a lawyer like me, something like GIS, I wouldn't have learned anywhere. Like I wouldn't even think of learning it. But we started our fellowship with the skill lab. Uh, Few people get afraid, but don't get so I'd be like, yeah, they're just trying to say that these skills are going to be of use in the practica and the project and throughout the fellowship, and that's why it starts with the skill lab. I think it's a perfect way to start. And so they pretty much balance the skill labs with something like technical, something like GIS and the media lab. But there is also something like narrative to argument, where you get the you will come across the most interesting readings of your life, and also the word lab. So it's pretty balanced, and I think that's very unique to this fellowship. It was a crazy space. I met people that I would never had if it weren't for the fellowship. Imagine a planner, an architect, a media person, a lawyer, a social scientist all in one room. What are they going to do? What are they going to talk about? Yeah, they talk about insane things. Um, there is no stopping if you can speak your mind, and it's all respected in the classroom. And that space is not, you won't find it anywhere else. So that this fellowship is unique because of that. Also, you're going to live with those fellows as well. So you live with them and you're in the classroom together. But when you live with them, it's a little different. So what I learned was not in the classroom, but off because of the living experience, and Mukta taught me how you can be sustainable, and it's easy. They are easy pointers. Something like so when you're cutting a Tetra packet, what would you do? You cut the entire piece, and so that part does not get recycled. So what's important is that you cut in such a form that it still is a part of the packet, so that the entire packet is recycled, and that doesn't end up going to the landfill. So it's something that I learned from a fellow, which I otherwise wouldn't have. I got these little pointers from a person who is sustainable, and I can also be sustainable by just doing something different. Yeah, that's one thing that I learned, which I otherwise wouldn't even have paid attention to. Yeah, so this is a project about urban land economy. So where we are studying the land-based financial model of a scrap market, that is Jolly Mohalla in Bangalore. So we're seeing that it's in the heart of the city. So in the heart of the city, a scrap market, when the land can be used for something that can, so the rent in that area, in that particular area, is much less compared to Chickpete, which is just what, meters away, like 100 meters away from it. So why is a scrap market in the heart of the city where there can be so many other things? The land potential is so much. So why a scrap market? And to see the rent cap and the business model and so much more, the ethnographic study of that area, since Jolly Mohalla is there since the last, like this, it's known to be a scrap hub the last 50 years. So why is it where it is? And that's it. Yeah. Absolutely. Why? I'm just telling you that this is a space that you are going to learn so many things in a matter of 7 months of classroom training. You're going to learn so many different things. If you're open to learning, you should come to this fellowship.